Hi everyone. Are you ready for another English lesson to help you get better marks in your exams? If you are watching this video because that is what you want, then do consider subscribing and you will get lots of similar lessons. Today we are going to do the questions and answers from the poem From a Railway Carriage. If you have not watched the video I did on the poem, you can watch it here. Just click on that link. Let's start with the questions and answers now. Here we go. From a railway carriage, questions and answers. Tick the correct sequence in which these things are listed in the poem. Was it stations, then a child, then a mill, then a river, and then a cart? Was it a child, stations, a river, a mill, a cart? Was it stations, a child, a cart, a mill, a river? Or was it a cart, stations, a child, a mill, a river? What's your answer? Well, the right answer is the third one. Okay, here we go with the next question. Read these lines and answer the questions that follow. So it is a reference to context question. All of the sights of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain. So that's the context, and you have to answer the questions based on those lines. Your first question: list 5 sights that the poet has mentioned in the poem. Of course, there are so many more than 5, but we will list 5 of them. And the second question: why does the poet compare the things he sees to driving rain? What does that mean, driving rain? So let's see if you got the answers right. And if you did, very good. If not, please correct your answers. These are the answers. The first one is the poet saw a cart, a tram, a mill, a river, and a meadow. Like I said, he saw so many other things, so you could have mentioned anything else as well. The second one, why does the poet compare the things he sees to driving rain? What does driving rain mean? Driving rain means falling very fast. So when the poet compares the sights to driving rain, he means that they appear and disappear from view very fast. Okay? This is the B one. And ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Your questions. In your own words, give the meaning of in the wink of an eye. That's not hard, is it? In the wink, you know how to wink. Second one, painted stations whistle by. What is actually whistling by? What is not moving? You know that, you've all traveled by train. So when you're in a train and the train is moving, what is moving and what is not moving? The third one, after these lines, the poet describes 3 people whom he sees. After these lines only. Who are they? So what's your first answer? In the wink of an eye means the time taken to wink an eye or blink an eyelid. That means it happened in a second. It must have been a very fast train. The second one. It appears that the colorful stations are whistling by as the train moves. However, the train is speeding past the station which is stationary. Got it? So what's moving? The train, not the station. Even though the poet is saying painted stations whistle by, because he is in the train and for him it seems like the stations are whistling by, but the stations are not whistling by. What's actually happening is the train is whistling by. The station is in one place, it's stationary. The third one, the poet describes a child gathering brambles, a tramp standing and gazing, and a man struggling with the load on his cart. Okay. The next question. Draw up a list of all the words in the poem that describe movement. How does the poet describe movement in the poem? The words that describe movement are charging, fly, driving rain, whistle by, clambers, scrambles, stringing, lumping. Okay? The fourth one. To show the speed of the train, the poet says that the things he sees were speeding by. Were these things really speeding? What do you think of this idea? So, do you think it was a very fast train? It definitely was, wasn't it? And what do you think of all this? The things that the poet saw from his window were not speeding at all, they were stationary. The train was speeding and creating an optical illusion. We call that an optical illusion because you think something's moving when it's not really moving. Another example I could give you is when you're in a train and you look at the railway lines, you feel like they are moving together and they're meeting in the center somewhere forward. But that's not really happening, it's an optical illusion, isn't it? Another optical illusion I can give you an example of. You take a spoon and you put it in a glass of water, and it will seem like the spoon is bent. That's an optical illusion because the spoon is not really bent. Got it? And here's your last question. What does each a glimpse and gone forever mean? Each a glimpse and gone forever. What's a glimpse? How do you think the poet felt as he wrote this line? Each a glimpse and gone forever means that the poet saw the things for a few seconds only before they disappeared forever, and he knew that he would never see them again. Even if he came on the same route in the same train the next day, the next hour, even then he would never see the same things again, isn't it? I think the poet felt disappointed that he would never see the things again and that he had seen them for such a short duration of time. There seems to be a certain sadness in the way he writes the lines. Was this lesson useful? Was it really useful? If it was, and you know of anyone who needs these questions and answers, then do share it with them. I cannot reach everybody, so I need your help to reach out to them. You know who needs them. Please pass it on. I will be working on the next English lesson and you will get it very soon. In the meantime, if you need help with anything, don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below. And until we meet again, I'll say bye.